Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Welcome to Egg Ticks Explained. This is going to go over some pretty advanced egg hatching and shiny hunting methods within PokeMMO, mostly going over egg ticks. So, the main thing to know is that with eggs in PokeMMO, the way they hatch is you put them in your party and they hatch over a time period. Now, the flat time period, from my understanding, is 6 minutes, and that's without donor status and without flame body. If you add either of those things, they take off a minute. So, if you add donor status, it takes 5 minutes to hatch the batch of eggs. If you add flame body, it takes off another minute, so you can get down to 4 minutes. This current strategy, I am using non-flame body, but yes, donor status. So it's 5 minutes, which is 5 ticks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put 5 eggs into my party, and they're about to hit tick 1 because this timer that you see on screen is super, super important, and this will be linked in the description. And this time right there is the most important time. So it just hit 4:57:06 p.m. in my time zone. Now, the time zone doesn't actually matter. The important thing is the 06. The 06 second is what time the tick takes place at right now in PokeMMO. I know, kind of confusing. So essentially, 1 minute equals 1 tick. Each egg takes 5 minutes. That's 5 ticks. So after each minute at the 06 second mark on the clock, it'll add a tick behind the scenes to the egg. And then after 5 minutes on the 5th tick, or whatever tick it would be that it would hatch, you need to make sure you're not in a battle. So you could actually shiny hunt while hatching eggs fully efficiently, which is extremely good, as long as you make sure to not be in a battle on that 5th and final tick. So I'm going to go ahead and be in a battle during this next. So I'm about to get tick number 2, I believe. This is should be tick number 2 on these eggs right there at 4:58:06. You don't actually have to really keep track, but you have to keep track on when the hatch tick is going to happen. So tick number 3 would be at 59, and then tick number 4 would be at 5, and then tick number 5 would be at 5:01. So at 5:01:06 is when these eggs should hatch. If you want to play it smart, you could line up and grab your eggs at like 5 p.m. exactly. So then you get the tick, and then at 5:05, that's when your eggs will hatch. And then at 5:10, your next batch will hatch, and yada, yada, yada. As long as you grab them at the right time, you can keep it at 5-minute increments and make it really easy to track, as opposed to being like, okay, I grabbed it at 57 minutes. That means 1:02. It's obviously, plus 5 math. It's not that complicated, but it can be difficult when you're trying to track so many things or talk to Twitch chat or yada, yada, yada. So as long as we do this, what basically I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just sit here and shiny hunt, and I'll see you guys when these eggs are about to hatch. All right, so for the past 5 minutes or so, I've been able to shiny hunt as normal, and I just have to make sure that I'm not in a battle around 10 to 15 seconds ahead of time so I can make sure I don't engage in another battle at the 06 second mark. So like right here, I'm cutting it kind of close. I probably could do one more horde there, but I'm not going to. It's also important to note that if you're talking to the healing lady, the NPC, that will also prevent your eggs from hatching. You can't be doing something. You can't be in your... You can't do certain things that interrupt the egg. So this should hatch right now at that egg tick. Perfect. So you see right there, just because I wasn't in a battle, you can still gain the ticks while in a battle, but on the final tick to hatch the eggs, you have to make sure you're out of battle and unbusied. It's also important to note that instead of having something like time.is up or time.is, you could go ahead and actually switch your Windows like taskbar to add the seconds. Now, I'm on a weird version of Windows 10, and I found out yesterday that I actually can't do that with my version. So if you're on Windows 11 or a different version of Windows, you might be able to add the seconds timer on your little taskbar timer, which is probably a lot easier. It's also important to note that right now, as of the recording of this video, the tick happens at 06. However, whenever the game is updated or the servers go fully down, it's going to change at what second that tick happens. So you kind of have to just kind of ask around. More advanced players might know at the time and try to figure out what second. Now, the game's thankfully not updated that much, or like the servers don't go down that much. So for the next couple months or so, it's probably going to be at 06, but you might need to find out what tick that happens at, which you can just do by watching one egg cycle without doing encounters. But I think that's everything. If I missed anything, ask me any questions in the comments, of course. Like this video if it was helpful. This should be extremely helpful and extremely efficient for those doing Shiny Wars is really my goal. I learned this for Shiny Wars personally. Like the video if it was helpful. Dislike if it wasn't. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow on Twitch to join in on the tomfoolery like Chad is doing right now. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, if the content's been helpful enough, YouTube membership, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo really do allow me to do this. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Peace, Reno. Hey, thank you so very much for watching until the very end of the video. That means the world to me. And everyone on this list means even more to me for helping support the channel every single day. Thanks so much.